Hey everybody, Doug the Michigan Piper here in the Pipe Rest, and I'm smoking today my Dr. Greybo Savoy. In it I am smoking some Borkum Riff Black Cavendish. Enjoying some honey chai turmeric tea. And had a couple things I wanted to cover with you today. First off, I wanted to show you guys this. We had a get-together with some family, and my wife's aunt, she told me about this before, but my wife's aunt said, hey, I got something for you in the car. Okay. So we get done with the gathering and go out to the car, and here she has this, and I don't know what you call it. If you know what you call this, put it in the post it in the comments below, but it's this little end table thing made for pipe smokers. And I'll put a picture of it right here, and then a little video here of just going through it. So the top, it came with a pipe rack, so I got some of my lesser used pipes there. I don't think that rack actually goes with it, but that was in this thing. And then the top drawer there, you have it turns, and it holds your bourbon glasses, which I thought was really cool, other than lions' heads on them. And then once you close that up, then you get to the bottom, there's two doors that open up here with a pipe rack on each side, and a place to store your tobacco inside. And I thought this was the absolute coolest thing. It's not too tall, 2.5. I don't think it's 3 feet. I think about 2.5 feet. So I got it in the corner of the pipe rest here, and I'll have fun, setting that up and figuring out what I want to do there. As you guys know, I don't have hundreds of pipes, so we'll have to figure out what pipes I'm going to put where, and go from there. But that's pretty cool. I was really pleasantly surprised. It's not often that you get a gift that's specifically for pipe smokers. So pretty nice surprise. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you about today was I watched, and I'm ashamed to say this, you guys, but I watched my first ever Canerod Piper video yesterday and today. I'm ashamed to say it because Canerod has a ton of subscribers, and he's been around for a while, and I've heard the name. I just never have open his videos up. So there's several people like that where either don't have time, or it's like this thought goes through my mind is I don't need one more video maker that I'm or presenter that I'm subscribing to. But a friend of mine said, hey, you might want to check this out. So I watched the video, and the latest video he did, first off, let me say he's super easy to listen to, and which is probably why he has so much subscribers. But he did a video on the different stages of your pipes, and I thought it was pretty interesting. I mean, everybody knows that you need to break in a pipe. Depending on you, it depends on you on how you want to break that pipe in. I know a lot of guys they start off with 1/3 of a bowl and they smoke that, and they go to 2/3 of a bowl and they smoke that a couple times, and they go to a full bowl. Other guys just smack some honey in it and go. Other guys, like me, just shove the tobacco in and go. So what Canerod was getting at in his video was and he described it as, and after those first few smokes, it's almost like an acquaintance, that pipe is, and then after several more smokes, it almost becomes like a friend, because of the way that you get less out of the pipe and more out of the tobacco, and then it becomes family. After, I think he said 70 to 100 bowls, it comes like family, because there's something different about it. So before I go too much further, you guys, I did want to kind of show you this. I've shown this in one of my other videos before, but this was from a ship that I was on that we commissioned in 1994. and I've had this pipe or this lighter for 30 years, and figures, it's not doing me good on a shelf, so I decided to pull it out today. Sorry for the pause. But anyway, so I thought this video he did was worth, and he wanted to know everybody else's opinions, so I thought I'd throw mine in there for whatever they're worth. I will say, I've only been smoking a pipe for 4.5 years. So, I can't say that I've got 20 pipes that have 70 smokes or more in them. But there's a reason why I'm smoking this pipe today, is because this by far is the pipe I've smoked the most in the last four years or so. And after watching his video, it's starting to make a little more sense to me now, because I reach for this when I want to try a new blend. This is the pipe it goes in most of the time, not all the time. I still have, hey, this is my English pipe or my crossover pipe, and then that's about it. I smoke pretty much everything and everything with the exception of 1 or 2 pipes, but this one usually gets the first try, almost like this is a trusted family member. I gotta say, his video got me thinking. It makes a lot of sense as to what he's saying. The other thing he said was that that doesn't necessarily go for estate pipes, that they easily make, they more speedily make that transition from acquaintance to friend to family. But they still have a break-in period, which means that it's not just because they've been smoked that many times. Meaning it's not just like something the Briar had to get out of it, and now all of a sudden it's great, because evidently, you smoke it. Like he said, he's got some estate pipes. That's not the case. I will say that for me, I forget how I want to word this. I don't want to say that I don't pay as much attention, but I will say that when I smoke a tobacco, I am not one of those smokers that's like, I'm trying to pull everything I can out of the pipe, or out of the tobacco. When I smoke, I'm smoking because, for really the same reason, which I hardly ever chew gum anymore, so, but it's almost the same reason you grab a piece of gum, other than the breath factor, right? But, it's like, I chose this piece of gum because the gum tastes good. I want that piece of gum. Kind of how I view pipes. You know what? I'm in the mood for this tobacco today. That tobacco's going to taste good. I'm gonna smoke that tobacco. Now, having said that, like what Pat sent me in my last video with the 2 blends that I tried that I didn't know what they were, that's a little different, because now I'm trying to pull out the nuances of the tobacco, and trying to figure out what the tobacco is telling me. I know a lot of guys will do that every smoke. I'm not one of those guys. I'm going to I'm more of a codger. I'm going to give me a smoke, stick in my pipe, off I go. So, not all the time, but most of the time. So, I don't notice as much as maybe others the difference. So, it's a very interesting thought, and I would encourage you to, whether you're a seasoned smoker or a brand new pipe smoker, to watch that video, and I'll put a link to it down in the bucket, because I think it was a good video to watch. I think it really got me thinking, and now I think I'm gonna pay more attention to how my pipes react, depending on how many times they've been smoked. Now I know there's also a lot to be said about the shape of the pipe and the type of pipe for what blends do better. Wow, what blends do better in those pipes. So that all comes into play, right, when you're smoking, and that's part of the enjoyment of pipe smoking, is that stuff does come into play. There's no mistake in saying that smoking is like high school, cigar smoking is like college. Sorry, smoking is like grade school, cigar smoking is like high school, and pipe smoking is like college, because there's more to pipe, a lot more to pipe smoking than just lighting the tobacco and smoking it. So I don't know. I'm hoping I'm not rambling there, but it gave me a lot to think about. Sorry, I kicked the camera. It gave me a lot to think about, and I think that, if you watch that, it will for you too. So, guys, I'm going to cut it off here, but I hope you all are doing well. Until next time, you take care.